Hi YouTube, in this video I'm going to be making an alien called Wang from a movie called The Arrival of Wang. I'll talk about that a bit more later, but to start off the basic form of him, I've just used aluminium foil and crumpled it all up just to get this main sort of shape, and then I'll work on top of this afterwards. If you haven't seen the movie The Arrival of Wang, I can thoroughly recommend it. It's a really quirky movie, really unusual and different, and also it's got a lot of dark humour in it. I really love it, it's just so different. Anyway, I'm not going to spoil any plot points or anything, you just need to go out and watch it. Okay, so the alien Wang has got these 6 long arms. They're kind of a bit like tentacles or something, or sort of squid-like arms. But most of the time they just kind of hang down at the side of him. But when he's startled, they sort of fly upwards. So I've used wires through the body to give that effect. I've also stuck some wires just in the bottom of his legs so that I can do his feet. Again, these are just armature wires to give a bit of framework. Yeah, in this he's going to be startled, looking like his arms are kind of sticking out, and also his kind of head flap is back as well, a bit like this. I am very fortunate and very privileged that the company Milliput sponsors this channel, and they quite often send me free Milliput, and I use that to make a lot of my sculptures. This is an exciting new product that they've just sent me called Milliput Metallic, and it's just a very, I don't know if you can see here, but I hope this video does it justice. You can see like little metallic flecks inside this, and it really looks nice and silvery. And Wang has got very silvery coloured skin, so I thought this would be the ideal sculpt to do using this new Milliput Metallic. It's not actually out yet, but it's due to be out this year, sometime this year, so keep an eye out for it because it's a really exciting product and I've loved using it. Okay, here you can see I've just bulked out the arms just by adding some kind of long sausages of Milliput. If you haven't used Milliput before, it's a 2-part putty. You mix the 2 parts together and it sets rock hard in about 4 hours. So you don't need to put it in the oven to cook it or anything like that. It just sets at room temperature. What's quite nice is because it sets gradually, you can work on it at different stages. You can work on it when it's really soft, and then as it starts to harden a bit, it becomes easier to work in a different way. So here you can see I've added a few details, extra kind of tentacle looking things on his head, and this is all like starting to take shape now, and it's really starting to look like him. You can see I've started sanding as well to refine it. The great thing with Milliput, and especially I found with this Milliput Metallic, is if you go through different grades of sandpaper, so start with a coarse sandpaper to get lots of the Milliput to come off, and then gradually work your way down to finer and finer grit sandpapers, you can actually get a really shiny effect. It's such a dense material that all of the little flecks of silvery sort of metallic flecks that are in the Milliput really start to kind of show up even more. You get this lovely glossy effect on it. For the eyes, I just made one small ball using the Milliput Metallic and then sawed that in half, stuck that into the little hollows that I'd made for the eyes. They're going to get painted later anyway, but they just need to be nice and smooth, so I just had to roll a smooth ball. Again, the nice thing with any Milliput is that as it starts to harden, you can keep rolling any balls that you've made, and they just get rounder and rounder, basically become much smoother. So that's quite a good way of doing it. You can see I've just added very basic kind of sausage shapes to the toes just to cover the wires really. I still have the little webbed bits to put in like I've done here on his sort of arm tentacles. Next I added an effect of kind of ribs and that sort of thing. I've put them in and then I've really sort of smoothed it in at the edges. This I'm going to end up sanding a bit more as well, but this gives the main effect. It's just kind of little bulges and things. So ordinarily I would paint all of this afterwards, but because I'm leaving a lot of him in the Milliput Metallic, so it's nice and silvery. I'm going to try and do very minimal painting on this. I more want it to be kind of a sculptural form and allow the Milliput to do all the work. You can also see that I've added more neck details, sort of tendons and things as well. All of those just a case of rolling small sausages and then getting them to blend in at the edges with a small ball stylus. Okay, this is the finished product. You can see that basically all I've done painting wise is just go in, I've painted his lips kind of black, and then just faded around the edge as well, just to soften it in a bit. Same with the eyes, black eyes, and then just a lot of watered down black as well, just to soften in with a bit of sort of dark grey kind of look here and there. But mainly, yeah, it's just little corners and little edges have been blacked in, but the actual Milliput has been left to do all the work of showing off the lovely silver colour. You can see I've really sanded a lot of this, so I actually spent probably just as much time sanding it as I did making the sculpture in the first place. I hope this video is picking up this kind of really high shine that you can get if you sand it right down. Look at the flap on the top of his head. Can you see when you feel it, it just feels so smooth. It's actually a really nice sculpture to hold, this one, because it's got this lovely, yeah, just real smooth quality to it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Check out my other sculpting videos of creatures and things that I've made from lots of movies. Some of them are famous creatures, some of them are a little bit more obscure, a bit like Wang here. But hit subscribe to see anything that I post up in the future. Thanks again to Milliput for sponsoring this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.